Welcome back to the Daily Move. Here's a 12-minute body break right from your desk. So starting seated, you're going to grab the edge of your chair with one hand. The opposite hand is going to grab your neck and gently pull it into a side bend. Feeling a nice stretch into the neck. Now you're going to turn so that your nose faces your armpit and gently pull, feeling a slightly different stretch into the neck. We're going to repeat that on the opposite side, so side bending that neck so that the ear comes close to the shoulder, guiding it with that top arm. Now slowly rotating so that the nose faces the armpit, and now you're pulling the back of the head down, feeling a nice stretch. Next, both hands are behind the back of the head, and you're gently pulling it down, not forcing anything, feeling a nice stretch here. Next, you're going to look up towards the ceiling, sticking your chin up, feeling a stretch into the front of your throat. Next, you're going to take your arms and create a shoulder shrug. Pinch the shoulders back and then drop them down, creating a circle at the shoulders. You can go forward or backwards, or you can mix it up. Next, we're going to screw drive the arms. So one is turning up while the other one's turning down as you slide your torso from side to side. Next, you're going to do a full arm circle. You may need to stand up if you don't have the clearance inside your chair. You're going to do 5 on one arm and then 5 on the other. Next, you're going to interlace your fingers, pressing your arms away from your body as you hip hinge, leaning that butt back far away from your heels. Next, you're going to slowly curl down till you reach the floor and come back up. Now you can go slow or fast through these motions, just opening up the spine. Next, you want to hang out there, so have your arms crossed and just sway from side to side. Again, going slow or fast, whatever feels nice on the back. Next, you're going to find your chair and place your foot up on top, and then you're going to hinge forward, feeling a nice stretch into the hamstrings. Now you can hinge forward and just stay there, or you can come back up to the starting position and push back into it. Switching legs, we're going to do the same thing here. Be careful if your chair is on wheels. Next, you're going to cross your leg over and hinge back. Now you can hold on to your desk or onto your chair as you hinge backwards. Or if you wish, you can actually sit and cross your leg over and lean your torso over top of that hip. I'll show you with the opposite leg here. So again, when you switch legs, you can stay standing, or if it's easier, you can sit in your chair and then just lean your torso over. And just like the hamstrings, you can just stay in that position and hold it like a stretch, or you can hold for a few seconds, move out of it, and go back in. Next, we're going to do a quad stretch. So make sure you've got something to hold on. You're going to hold on where the laces of your shoe would be, the top of your foot. And if you squeeze your glutes together, you're going to feel a nice stretch into the front of your thigh. Take that same leg, step it back, and you're going to reach your hands overhead for a nice hip flexor stretch, so the front of your body. We're switching legs, going back into that quad stretch. Again, feel free to hold on to something for balance. Squeeze your glutes, stand up nice and tall to feel that stretch into your quad, and step it back. Now we're getting more of the hip flexor. Bring your arms over top of your head and lean back just slightly. Next, we're going to go into a deep squat. So go down as deep as it feels comfortable. And if you want, you can put your hands in between the knees and push them out. You can also hold on to your desk so you can lean further back into that stretch. Now you can stay in that squat, or you can do what I'm doing here where I'm rocking from side to side, whichever you prefer. Next, you're going to take a seat. You're going to cross your hand over onto your opposite knee and create a spinal twist where you're turning back. Think lengthen the spine nice and tall and twist. We're going to repeat this on the opposite side. Nice slow breathing here. We're going to do that again, switching sides, seeing if we can get any deeper into that stretch. Switch to the opposite side again. So next we're going to go into a modified downward dog, into a cobra. So again, be mindful of the chair that you're using. Hopefully it doesn't have wheels. You can do this on the floor if you wish. And then you're going to push back into a down dog. Switching back into that up dog. Pushing the hips back into the down dog. We've got 3 sets of these. Going into our last one here. Let those hips relax. Make sure that the shoulders aren't up by the ears. Push them down. And back into that down dog again. Next, we're going to stand up and open up the hips. So you're going to stand on one leg, lift the other leg up, and rotate it out to the side, returning back to center. You're going to repeat this 5 times on one leg and repeat the same on the opposite. Feel free to hold on to something for balance. Next, we're going to do some calf raises here. Just going up onto the toes and coming back down. You can go fast or slow through this. Arms are now going to reach overhead. You're going to pull your arm over to the side, feeling a nice stretch into the side body. Switching sides, repeating the same thing. Switch sides again. Switching again. Next, you're going to take a seat. We got some ankle circles here, so just grab onto your ankle and just make some circles. Doesn't matter if you go forward or backwards or both. Repeating that on the opposite side. And lastly, we're going to finish off with some wrist stuff. So all you're doing here is making circles at the wrist, just like what you were doing with your ankle. Making sure you hit both sides. You can also do both hands at the same time. Next, we're going to stretch out the fingers. So you're going to grab out the pinky and then pull it towards the front part of your hand, or I guess the back. Be nice and gentle with these stretches of the fingers. Hold for a few seconds before you move on. And with the thumb, you're actually going to pull it down towards the wrist to feel a stretch into the webbing. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Again, the thumb is being pulled down to the forearm. Next, you're going to take your fingers and pull it back, extending your arm in front of you, feeling a nice stretch into your forearm. Switching sides, we're going to do this twice. I always find the first time it's really tight, but by the second or third repetition, it starts to loosen up. All right, shake out those wrists. I guess it's time to get back to work. Thank you so much for following along.